Dire team ban. Radiant
Ladies
team
and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 in the Special 3 series between CsW, the Australian team, and the Mongols in these SEA qualifiers for ESL One Manila. My name is Dragdrop, bringing you this game alongside Ryu Borus. How are you doing, man?
Invoker.
God damn it, Ryu.
Radiant team
Please, you sign up for this, you have to be here now.
I mean,
Can't
if
feed
you,
chat like I did during the break.
I mean, you got to read all the drama earlier,
Yeah.
and I'm only able to read it now during the breaks.
It
I
sounds
got
like
to
a personal
read most
problem,
of it
dude.
now.
Sounds
I'm
like a
like-
personal problem.
Dire team pick.
Oops. And that's something I wanted to talk about too, but that's not here nor now. Maybe on a podcast or something, with someone eventually. But it's very interesting stuff floating around the world today. But all right, I'll go back to the game here. We're probably both expecting the Mongols to just stomp over, can't say whips it, but
10 seconds
we'll have to
remaining.
see after these picks, after the last game's picks,
5
maybe if
seconds
they can just
remaining.
reassure us that, you know, they're not going to get completely owned in
Reserve time.
the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game, then sure, they have a good chance, but...
And yeah, this is the question now. I mean, was it just a straight up outdraft? Was Kansai Whips just caught off guard by that, or is it really just Mongols outclassing them as well? This game will show what is the case. Whether it was a fluke, as people like to say about MVP Phoenix, and absolutely stupid for doing so. But hey, Kansai Whips. What is true is that they definitely need to pull something out here. They need to add an extra layer on top of their game, if you will. Back and turn this into 1-1. They start off with the Invoker, the first pick, and now they get the Witch Doctor. Solid support, especially against the Lone Druid here, already picked up by the Mongols, just being able to throw out the cask, and like having the Lone Druid and the Bear next to each other helps facilitate the stun lock with that.
Yeah, they need maybe some more summons so they can help out against that.
Yeah.
That would be pretty nice if they had a Chen or something. And this is a team that we saw. Both teams like to run that greedy jungler hero. Last game it was the Beastmaster and the Enigma, so we could still see a lot of these heroes coming out. I really like the Nightstalker bans at times
Dire team
when the enemy team goes for Batrider or Beastmaster, or there's another big hero in there. Like just any hero that really helps out in the vision game early on. You just counter it out by picking up the Night Stalker, and it just limits their rotations when nighttime
10
comes.
seconds remaining.
And then you pop that ulti, it just reduces so much for the Firefly vision of the Batrider.
5
It's hard to
seconds
get
remaining.
good initiations on the hero without having like Blink and BKB. Because if you just have a Blink and a
Reserve
Force
time.
Staff, most of the time they're going to be able to find you and kill you. But all right, so let's see what they want to pick up on the other side now. It looks like Batrider can still go into the mid lane here against the Invoker, which might happen. Lone Druid in the off lane. So this is a nice hero to have when you pick up the Bounty Hunter. They needed the roam. This can allow to put a lot of pressure in the lanes, and I mean they're just picking so fast right now.
Yeah, I mean, Batrider pick, there's a Doom pick from the Mongols immediately to... Oh, they'll definitely shut down the Invoker. This Bounty Hunter though, I feel like he has to do a lot of work early on. I mean, think about the lanes for Mongols right now. It might be that Batrider offlane, might be Batrider mids, considering that they just ran an Enchantress mid.
10
Comparing that to
seconds
each other,
remaining.
the Batrider is the more common mid. So they could run
5
that.
seconds remaining.
No matter what happens, so Doom and Lone Druid should be fairly tanky and should be fairly hard to bring
Reserve
down.
time.
So Bounty Hunter will have to just work in the middle lane, do some work elsewhere, wherever he can, to just try and get CsW some sort of space for the Invoker farm up a quick Midas to get going, and for the core that they will want to pick up now, presumably, to do the same.
Yeah, you know you're going against a Doom offlane, most likely now in this situation. Batrider mid, Lone Druid safe lane. It's going to be very hard to gank the Bat and the Venge. Probably And Darkseer's not a good hero anymore just because Lone Druid, safe lane, it can easily kill off those Ion Shell. Maybe you could get aggressive with the Darkseer plus Bounty Hunter in the bottom lane if they want to really try that. It's a really good combo to have, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get kills, but it might sure up that the Darkseer does get at least a lot of farm in the bottom
10
lane and
seconds
can put
remaining.
some pressure on, but I would rather them save
5
their carry for
seconds
last
remaining.
in this situation and pick up their off lane. But yeah, okay, so
Right.
Spearbreaker,
Radiant team ban.
this is one of VP's signature heroes, and we're gonna be seeing CsW kind of pick it up here, just constantly running at
Dire
heroes.
Yeah,
team ban.
that's a Godot tier as well, isn't it? You know, I haven't seen a lot of SAA Dota recently, but I seem to remember from when CSW was live first. I guess. I mean, Godot picked that up a couple times. Back when it was really common as well, I
10
suppose.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, my memory's a bit foggy on that. I definitely like seeing
5
Spearbreaker though,
seconds remaining.
even though it's not in the meta right now. I mean, kind of just adds to it, right? Just adds to the excitement of seeing the Space Cow charging
Reserve
across
time.
the whole map the entire time. And gotta wonder though if that isn't a bit greedy. I mean, you have the bounty hunter roaming Spearbreaker. That should put him in the off lane, where it's a little bit more obvious if he's missing, if he's charging someone else across the map.
Right, that's my biggest problem too, and they're very tanky on the side of the Mongols, besides the Batrider. So you're sometimes forced to charge him, but this does
10
help
seconds
when the
remaining.
Batrider wants to play greedy, or maybe the Lone Druid wants to too.
5 seconds
When they're split
remaining.
pushing, but at the same time, Lone Druid can normally get away with it because he's gonna have the Savage Roar
Reserve
to work
time.
with, and that'll just help him a lot for disengaging, running away, and all right, baby,
Dire
let's do
team
it.
pick.
I'm down. This could be a core Jakiro and a jungling Doom. I'm not sure about that, but I love it when Jakiros get up that fast level 7, start spamming out that liquid fire, it's taking all the towers, and
Oh yeah.
it's really fun to watch. I know towers destroying, boo, boring meta, but for me,
Well,
it's just one of those heroes that can be obnoxious. You just
Oh,
keep
yeah.
10
putting the
seconds
fire on
remaining.
heroes, towers, and everything just slowly burns.
5
also quite
seconds
decent up
remaining.
against Spearbreaker with the Ice Path. I mean, you have a very long range stun, so if you see that Spearbreaker charging, you can just wind up that Ice Path. If you have enough time, obviously, there's a bit of an animation to it.
Yep.
But it's very low cooldown, very reliable way to deal with the Spearbreaker, so I like that hero, like that pick. Spectre, core here, the one position for CSW. I'm not sure how I feel about this, honestly.
Yeah, it's really greedy. I want to say that CSW, if they can get up their levels on the heroes, they can do a good job, but I don't know if the Mongols are going to let them do what they do what they want to do. Like they're just going to put a lot of pressure out,
Prepare
and
for battle.
they have no pushing power besides the Invoker, and all of it's predicated on pickoffs, and their D push is absolutely horrible too. And
Yep.
we just talked about the pushing potential of a Jakiro plus a Lone Druid. It's gonna be very scary to deal with.
I mean, you look at CSW, you see the Bounty Hunter, you see the Spearbreaker. It's generally some very aggressive heroes early on, or have the potential to be very aggressive. Just trying to create space, trying to find these early kills for their team. But then if you look at the Mongols, this was said before, Doom kind of hard to bring down. Batrider also, unless you catch him out way out of position where you can. Firefly to some good position. Boulder as well, rather tanky. Vengeful Spirit has some ways of defending himself, so it's not like these are easy kills by any means. And in turn, Vengeful Spirit, also
30
one of these heroes that
seconds
can
to
roam
battle.
around on the back of some smokes here, makes something like that happen themselves.
Well, it
So
looks like
it's-
Venge Core.
Oh yeah, that looks like it's Sanke. He was playing the Juggernaut in the last game. It might be the one position Venge, so let's actually take a complete look at the lanes and lineups as the game takes shape. Played by the Mongols. Oh, what? Bit of
Are we-
a lag spike here. We've got Masquerade playing that offlane Batrider.
Battle begins.
We've got Arian Bolor on that Doom, looking to jungle presumably, and Rome with that early boots. Retribution on that mid Lone Druid. Down here we've got Sake on that wrong position Vengeful Spirit, and that leaves Apapapa on that support Jakiro.
We got Reese playing the Spirit Breaker in the offlane here. Equal Sign playing Invoker, and Godot playing the Bounty Hunter. Tech Core playing the Witch Doctor, and last but not least, we've got Lord Boons playing the Spectre here for CsW. Can they get back into this game? We'll see.
Oh,
Or
they
back in
definitely
the
have
series,
to.
I mean.
They're gonna go and try and zone out the Batrider a little bit. So much you can do between these couple of heroes without a cast to bounce to creep it back and stuff like that. But thing is, they've also blocked out this camp. They'll spot that out right now, so which is always a good decision if you're dealing with these kind of offlaners that can really benefit from creep camps like Darkseer, like Tidehunter, like Enchantress even, or Batrider as well.
No,
Go
it
wrap
was
around.
too easy for him, and he's just gonna constantly get harassed here from Godot. The good thing is that Batrider did start off with boots first. He's gonna get stunned here, but if he had started off with just the normal standard build, which is the same build as Vengeful Spirit here, where you have 2 Fairy Fires, Tango, Salve, and a Ring of Protection, he would have been most likely killed in first blood. So the lane setup here for the Mongolz is really confusing for me. It just sets up for a really nice time for the Syllabear in the mid lane, but I think he could have got as much work in the off lane.
It's up against this Invoker, and now Godot spending some time trying to res him out. Obviously not quite as easy. Yeah. But yeah, this Lone Druid Invoker mid matchup. Just discounting the Bounty Hunter right now. Who do you favor here?
When the levels start getting up, the Lone Druid does really well, especially when he starts entangling the Invoker early on. Now that he has a Quelling Blade and a Orb of Venom, it's really hard to take down the Spirit Bear. So you're gonna have to hope for the Bounty Hunter to help him out. It's one of those situations where you don't see it often, but yeah, this is a good Sentry Ward placed in the mid lane. Godot's probably gonna wait to deward it. Yeah, there we go.
Both eat these sentries immediately. So no sentries, which obviously
Stun
favors
top.
the Bounty
They got the
Hunter.
slow. They have the Desolate. Rip.
Gonna get the first blood there, and at the same time they were going a little bit on retribution in the middle lane, but quite have enough damage. First blood on the Batrider after all, with not even Bounty Hunter there. That was a bit curious for them to be able to get that without that extra slow.
Oh, mid lane.
Oh, they're gonna go again here. Sunstrike comes out after the Kotham as well. Will connect, not quite enough to bring him down, and now Arian Below with the trade here. They have the Sentry Wards, they have a lot of AoE. And a lot of right-click damage between them here. Arian Below with the boots and the Scorched Earth, obviously able to run him down, so good counter there.
Nice counter kill on the Bounty Hunter, just being a nuisance. That's going to help the Syllabear get up to his level 5 here shortly, and that's when the Invoker can be pressured. Also to note is when he rotated out of the top...
Stun onto Riz here, and follow up Ice Puff. Just these two supports today, so much damage here, forcing Riz. Charge outside of the lane. He still has a Salve, so he should be fine. Let's see, gets intercepted here. He continues to charge, but now he's in the river. There is Doom right here. The Salve will give him a little bit of extra help. Now Retribution with the interception. Invoker on the high ground can only right-click a little bit with the Cold Snap on the Doom. They should bring him down. Scorch Earth is back off cooldown, so not really. Another
Tangle.
Kill. Oh god, he entangle.
Double entangle. Double entangle. Oh.
What a player, Retribution. Making it happen here, pressing these buttons for the roots.
But interesting, you never see this from an Invoker. He started off with Aquila. This is a weird thing to say the least. So, well, top lane Doom,
okay.
killing Witch Doctor.
I've seen this Invoker build once before. It's also a game when the Invoker was under a lot of pressure.
Oh, God!
God, no! Godot.
Too slow casting the
Speed
burst.
Bit of a misplay perhaps, considering there's a Bounty Hunter that he has been spending a lot of time mid. Being that for forward, still having the courier continue, just not really minding that too much, but... Well, this should definitely give them a bit of an edge. Nothing was on the courier here, delivered the boots, I believe, to Lone Druid or something like that. Or the Gloves of Haste. But at least some extra gold. To the pockets. Meanwhile, up top, Godot takes quite a bit of damage here. from Center Blast as well. The cast bounces between the Doom as well as Batrider. Batrider dropping low, a couple more right clicks into the trig. Lord Boons not gonna get the kill as Witch Doctor secures it, but now he's being run down by this Doom. No more Scorched Earth though, gets one more right click off with that sword, but now being slowed down. And has to find a way out of here. Go to the stair with an extra slow, so that's yet another kill. The way of Cancer whips up.
Oh,
and
Entangle in the mid lane.
Oh,
No,
it's gotta be enough. That's fine.
They're
Okay,
bottom though.
Oh god, skills all over the map. I can't keep up. But at the very least, it's a bit different. Less one-sided than the last game.
Yeah, that's the good thing. They're doing a really good job of rotating around with the bounty hunter. Not, they just don't know where he is constantly. Getting that career kill, it basically puts them at the forefront here because the lone druid, he's gonna have to send his bear back to base to get his Midas, and that hurts out a lot for his farming speed here. And Godot's level 4 right now on the bounty hunter, doing a really good job rotating around, so he should have a good time getting that level 6 before all of his towers are pushed down, hopefully. Like, that's the biggest thing. You pick this Sekiro, you pick this Vengeful Spirit, you want to push down towers.
They did that on this tier 1 down in the bottom lane, now continuing to do tier 2, with 2 points up into the Liquid Fire. But now looks like Kansai whips. They set up a bit of defense. Sake goes in deep. He gets the stun from the Texel. Follow up with that ice path here. They will get the Witch Doctor, but they will lose their 1% Vengeful Spirit for it with a Hunt coming in as well. Go to text the kill, so Lord Boon's only getting that assist gold. But now we'll be able to farm up a bit in this lane instead.
Let's see.
I know if you dive beyond the tier 2 at this stage in the game, even if you have that kind of a pushing lineup.
Yeah, it's one of those things where eventually you're gonna use your haunt right when you get level 6 mid lane though.
Yeah, that's a cool snap. There's a charge coming in onto Retribution here. Pops his ultimate here to be a little bit more tanky and swap out connections with, and the root comes out. Because why the hell not? They do get the counter onto Godot.
And they have a healing salve.
God no. Yeah.
Let the push begin.
Gonna get taken out here. He has the Midas recipe. Curry's gonna be back alive, so he will be able to send that out. Gonna take another tier 2, tier 1 I should say here, with the Liquid Fire as well as the bear jumping away at it.
Yeah, they're just knowing their strength of their lineup. With no ulti on Spectre, it's gonna be very hard to fight. And like I talked about, they have no D-push right now. They have no Wex and the Invoker, so he can't even cast a meteor or anything. So you just see the death ball coming, but you can't stop it.
Well, yeah, that's what CsW is banking on, just being able to hold maybe their tier 2s, getting the levels by that point, and then able to find some pickups here and there on the back of the Bounty Hunter and the Sunstrike. And outside of that, just trying to keep getting more farm on the Spectre. I mean, late game they should have the advantage, right? Despite the lone druid, just straight up in team fights.
Yeah, it kind of does come down to the initiation of the off lanes. You have Doom to cancel out a hero. He's had a really good time. He's gonna have his Doom online. He's going for what seems to be a mechanism. So bursting him down with this lineup is gonna be very difficult. That's the problem with CsW's lineup. They don't burst people down. They just, until maybe like they have a Yules or something on Invoker, but they don't have enough burst, and that could hurt them in the team fights where you have a lot of sustain. You have the Vengeful Swap coming in, and could be the game decider.
See a bit of an engagement up top. There's Godot here as well as Invoker. It's gonna be run down now. There's no Doom available, so just gonna have to go for the old passive stun. But casting down to place a little bit. Horn comes in with the charge onto Masquerade. A lot of damage being thrown out from Kansai whips, and they send Mongolz packing here. Can they get a couple of kills as they're retreating here? 5v4, another stun onto Texor, a bit too far on the front line as Mongolz realize that can actually turn this. First one to fall in this engagement will be, oh, nice swap. Cancels the charge from Riz with a secondary kill, even committing to the last for that. Just make sure that there's no way for him to run away. So once again, Mongolz is a little bit too strong in this phase in the game right now.
Yeah, when you lose a 4v5 like that, where you lose 2 heroes, oh man, it didn't look good at all. And they used a lot of spells. One good thing is the Spirit Breaker didn't have 6. Maybe that could have changed the team fight around for them if he had it. And then Doom just got his 6 right now from the creep or getting those kills. So Invoker could have died easily during that team fight. And they have initiation. Does Batrider have a blink dagger? He doesn't have one.
No.
Dust expecting the Gondar to go on him.
Got out, not caught, but that does. But we'll lose that tier 2. Mongolz will say, alright, got what you came for. Let's get the hell out of here. This is still an issue for CsW. They're losing map control by the minute. And at the same time, there's a lot of gold going the way of Mongolz. And they have the lineup that can keep doing that for a while, right? You have a Vengeful Spirit very strong in the early phase of the game, especially with the kind of levels that Sake is getting here. You have a Batrider who will probably want to farm up his blink before doing any further aggression here. But in all that, you have a Lone Druid who's also been farming. He's at 2.7k gold, getting closer and closer to that Radiance.
Yeah, they need to make space for the Radiance, and once that happens, it's gonna be nigh impossible to kill anyone. Like I talked about, they're gonna have to have some really good coordination from CsW. So they got the swap on the Reese. They have Doom up. Yeah. And
it is. Well, poor Spirit Breaker. What to do there? Although without a tier 1 tower where people can TP to.
So mech finish for Doom here. It's gonna be nice. As you talked about, Batrider will have his blink dagger in 200. Gonna get it here in the top lane. And how's our bounty hunter? He just got tracked. That's
it gets found out though. There's still less available. Even Masquerade gets it. Drags him around a little bit in the fire, but there's even enough damage on his own. Gets a couple of napalm stacks off and there, so an extra right click as well as flame break. More than enough to burn down the bounty. Now charge is coming out. Maybe they can get a kill here. The track is still going. Leading a vision together with the charge. Get a bit more damage showing now with the blink out. Just picked it off as a result of that kill. Unable to really follow up there. Unfortunate.
Maybe they should have used the haunt. It's hard to say because if they use haunt there, they get a track kill for the bounty for the Spectre and the Spirit Breaker. But you have this huge ultimate on cooldown for the next team fight, and if you don't have Spectre haunt, I don't see how CsW can contest Roche or contest their tier 2 towers.
Invoker has at one point up to Wax now, so he has a bit more spells to play with. He does have the Midas finish, does have the drums now, so he's not doing too badly if you look at the net worth. He's sitting 5.5k. Spectre actually on top on the dire side for almost 6k. The only one that's eclipsing everyone right now is the Lone Druid here, and Retribution has been spending a lot of time farming up the Ancient, who's kind of going back and forth here in pursuit of that Radiance. He has the relic right now, essentially. Both with the Midas also helping him out on the bear tremendously. It's gonna be an issue, isn't it?
Yeah, they have no way to pressure the Lone Druid and stop him from just getting this Radiance, and that's...
Bottom lane, they're gonna go for a bit of a smoke here, and smoke popped to the Spirit Breaker, kind of grazing at the edge, so they popped the dust. I think he might have been the bounty hunter, but he came in a little bit later. We'll scout out what's happening, being revealed himself. Prepare that for out. Mongolz can immediately get this tower and gives CsW some time to set up, perhaps. It has track, Taxo has his ultimate, he has the Death Ward. Also Spirit Breaker with his level 6, so they have some extra tools available, they will get the D-Ward as well. So, can't say whips. They're trying to stabilize here a little bit, they're trying to hold on to what the game plan is, which is just get farm right now.
Yeah, Mongolz is doing a really good job. Like, they try to go as 3 there. It could have turned out really bad considering the Lone Druid was farming as well as the Vengeful Spirit. So if they had gotten picked off in a 3v5 there, that could have been a good turnaround for CsW, but they know they can move around aggressively and they know they can just take so much from the map. Like, Lone Druid's still farming, they had the Venge farming as well. Their rotations around the map so far have been very crisp, and they're just gonna go now. They have the Radiance finished, so this is go time.
Yep. It's just such a huge potential damage in team fights. You still have a hard time dealing with Bear. It's 50 minutes in, so that Radiance burn will hurt a lot, especially these supports. Bounty Hunter sitting at 650 health points. Invis obviously not protecting him against that either. Well, these
Mo-
tier 2s, they are on peril, the remaining
They did
ones.
just smoke over a Roche or a Ward.
Oh.
That's about to
Oh,
expire.
Godard, he will tank the game anyway. Run straight up.
That's the thing, right? You know they have to have dust, so maybe he thought, well, I'm gonna break their smoke. At the end of the day, he's still only a level 6 bounty hunter, so he's gonna respawn very fast. But here comes the high ground siege. It looks like maybe they back off and do Roche, but I'm trying to figure out how they kill these heroes. They're just too damn tanky.
Kinda hard. I mean, you need pretty much everything that you have and cancel whoops, just control and trying to get the damage out. You have the Dapper Ward's level 1, obviously only. You have a Spectre with some okay power, 6 minutes in some game. Look at this tier 3, it's already melted thanks to the ban Liquid Fire. And all the right clicks coming out, they're gonna lose their range tracks at the very least here with Riz coming in the back. Tracks are starting to mount up here, so Godard can start doing some extra damage with the Shuri tasks. Only level 2 itself, so almost different fail. There's that one he's gonna go now, but the last one comes up, Godard charge comes through, kind of keeping Masquerade at bay, but the mechanism just keeps everyone back in fighting shape. Doom on the Invoke, he's gonna fall. It's 3 heroes down for Can't Say Whips, attacks on Lure Boons. All they can really do is to try and get the hell back to Fountain.
That's got to be a good game already. They're gonna
Yeah.
get top at 16 minutes. If you're down 2 racks, there's just no way.
And they can't defend us, just straight up. They have nothing, absolutely nothing to play with right now. Everyone is at full health. Sure, they don't have the Doom, they don't have the Lasso, but they have a bear that's taken all the racks. The only reason they can't do Mags right now is that tier 2 in the bottom lane. Well, Cast bouncing out quite nicely here. Spectre comes in, trying to go for a little bit of right click damage, but between the Scorch Earth and the Radiance, it's just taking so much damage over time. Texture just ends up being brought down immediately. Same for Riz as he charges in. It's just maybe a bit of tilt here coming from the CsW.
Yeah, I'm not calling GG right now. I mean, if there was another game to be played, you could say, hey, we're gonna talk about what we want to do maybe next, like why do we lose, but at this stage of the game, you're eliminated. It sucks, but you just have to concede. And if they had one big wombo combo, I guess they could maybe get a kill here, chasing the Vengeful Spirit, but
Well, you could just use the Spectre here. Sunset comes out, track is going. And do quite a decent amount of damage here with the cast comes back, everything, all the lockdown that they have, and now look at this, they're burning in the fire of the Bad Rider. They're losing the Witch Doctor to the Bear. They didn't even get the kill here. Blink Blast onto the Invoker, into a root, into person root, because why the hell not? They're gonna get the Invoker another time down here. They will be able to track down Godard with a couple of right clicks. And this is 20 and 4, 18 minutes in. A little bit later than the first game. Mongolz still get a very, very quick win as the GG is called. Can't Say Whips. They just get started not once, but twice.
yep, both 18-minute good games. Just playing very crisp, solid Dota all around. I mean, they had to have known that the push was coming.
Yeah.
After that first game, and then they pick Lone Druid first the next game. I mean, the first game, sure, they had Broodmother and